Today's scriptures speak about the mission of marriage. Sometimes people are surprised when I say that, the mission of marriage. Well, if we understand just what it means to be a parish, made up of single people, married people, young people, old people, children, that what a parish is, a lot of times people think of a parish as a restaurant. That's how we talk. It's like, why do you go to this church? Well, because I get fed. Why'd you stop going? I wasn't being fed. So then what do? I go and get fed, and then what do? I come back next week to be fed. And then what do? I come back to eat some more. You know, restaurant is never a good analogy for a parish, because why do people go to a restaurant? There are really two things. They go to be fed and to be served. Great image for a restaurant. It doesn't work as a parish. Jesus said, you come here to not just, if you're hungry, yes, eat, then put on an apron and start serving. You know, our Mass is in the Basilica, the lower part of the Basilica, but even a Basilica is not a good image for a parish. A Basilica is a place where tens of thousands of people come, but nobody's a member, and where a Basilica is where anonymity is assumed. And sometimes people think of a parish that way. They go Sunday after Sunday, they sit in the back, and they leave after communion, they never meet anyone, no one knows who they are, and they're anonymous. That's not a good image for parish. You see, what is a parish then? Think of a parish as simply this, a community in mission. Everybody. So it's not, if you say, I'm a member of a parish, it means that, again, whether you are coming to church or whether if you're sick at home, remember, I've talked about the importance of being part of the mission with your prayers. You're a part of the mission. And that means that the question is never, is God calling me to serve? No, the question is, how is God calling me to serve? If I say I'm a member of that parish, that means I'm a part of the mission. And then it's to discern, how is it? So what is the real mission of the parish? There are really two things. There is the Great Commission and the Great Commandment. The Great Commission, Jesus said, go and make disciples. Pass on the faith. Part of that mission of marriage is when marriage bears fruit into children, it's like, now pass on the faith to them. You know, when I meet a couple sometimes preparing for baptism, I always ask them, have you considered putting your children up for adoption? And I get this look of horror, like, well, no. I said, well, that's what you're going to be doing when you baptize them. Oh. You give to God, and God says, I receive your child. Then he gives a child back and says, now you raise my child. So they know who their Father in heaven is. You see, that makes the natural thing of simply giving birth, conceiving and bearing children, but there's a mission now. When Christian marriage is that there's mission now of passing on the faith. But also there's a great commandment. And what is that great commandment? Love one another the way I loved you. And that's in that context we understand why Jesus vehemently said, when they spoke about, is it lawful to divorce? And Jesus says, that's not the plan God had. They said, well, Moses permitted it. Well, that's because you're stubborn. Here's God's plan. You see, God's love endures. God's love doesn't quit. God's love doesn't walk away. God's love won't give up on you. God's love will never divorce you. Jesus will never divorce his bride, even if his bride is misbehaving. He never gives up because he knows how much we need him. And he says, and you are my witnesses. Show the world what real love looks like. Show the world that love won't quit. Marriage is not just about the husband and the wife and loving each other. It's about bearing witness of what the love of God looks like. And we can't do that without God's strength. So before God says go, he always says come. Come to me and let me give you everything you need to do everything that I require. Marriage is a mission.